All right, Iman is back at it again with a new course, a new program, this time marketed through a challenge funnel. It will probably make him a few $1,000,000 in just a few days, but instead of listening to what he tells you to do, have you ever stopped and looked at what he actually does? Well, I did. And if there's one thing that all of these guys, Alex Hormozi, Iman Gadzhi, every single big guy that you see in this industry is doing to make so much money with whatever challenge or funnel they're running, is they run meta ads. So Facebook and Instagram ads. That's the same skill I used to cash collect over $30,000 just last month with my lead generation company. It's the same thing I did to help my clients make millions of dollars in the past couple of years. And so after one of his ads popped up on my feed, I was very interested to look at one of the top guys in the industry, and maybe he's not the one doing his marketing, but he definitely has access to some of the best marketers out there through the marketing for him, what he's running to market this funnel, and that I'm sure will make him millions. So I decided to invest 12 very valuable hours, and I went deep into the ad library, looked at exactly what he's running for his Make Money Online Challenge 2.0. I broke it all down, it's insane, and in this video I'm gonna go through all of that, so let's get straight into it. So as an ad creator, so someone who creates ads, whether for yourself, for your agency, for your clients, for whatever it is, the ad library is your best friend. You need to constantly be doing market research. So if you're interested into ads, you also need to be interested into market research. So if you're here and say, oh, market research is boring, I don't want to do that, all right, then you might reconsider running ads and this whole thing, because that's exactly what we're going to get into, because market research is exactly what Iman Gadzhi's copywriter, Iman Gadzhi's marketer, Iman Gadzhi ad creator, whoever that is, maybe it's him himself, did in order to get the results he got, because he definitely got great results with it, because over 1 million people signed up for that stupid challenge, okay? So as an ad creator, the ad library is your best friend. You need to always be looking out for trends and winning creatives. That's how I learned copywriting and marketing myself. That's how I learned to write ads myself. I didn't go to college for this. I didn't do any of that. I just, okay, these guys, it's very simple. These guys are making millions of dollars every month, and they're running ads. What ads are they running? Chances are it's making them money. And if they're not the ones doing it, because I don't think they're good at it, well, they probably spent so much money on someone who knows what he's doing. So that's who you need to learn from. That's what I did. Observation, 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 observe others, and then apply it to your life, which is really what I did here. I really spent 12 hours observing what this guy is doing, and it's pretty good. So I want to show you that today. And what's good about this is that once you have this little swipe file with all of these winning creatives from all of these different big guys in the space, you don't have to always reinvent the wheel. You don't have to always come up with new stuff. You can just go back to your swipe file, read everything, and create the ads, get some ideas from it, okay? So if you are, I'm already telling you, if you're in the coaching niche, or if you're in any high-ticket service niche online and you run ads for that, this is going to be very valuable for you, because it's exactly the niche you're serving. You're targeting the Make Money Online kid. You're making the guy who wants to escape his 9 to 5. You're targeting the ones over 30 years old who are a bit skeptical about this online stuff, or are a bit late into it and want to get into it. These are the guys you're targeting. It's the same guys Iman Gadzhi is targeting, so that's why you should care. Now, there's another reason why I really decided to take this time to analyze this campaign. And that's because recently, a few months ago, Meta came out with this Meta Andromeda update. Now, I'm not the best guy, to be completely honest and transparent with you. I'm still figuring out this stuff. I'm not the best guy to come out here and tell you, here's how Meta Andromeda works. When you're media buying, you need to do this, this, this. Let's be honest, I've not managed millions of dollars in ad spend yet. I've managed probably 6 figures in ad spend, but I've not managed millions. I am not at that stage where I tapped into it that much. But I am really interested, and I'm learning how to do it. So if you want to learn more about the Meta Andromeda stuff, just look for someone online on YouTube, or even ask ChatGPT what it is to understand. All I can say is that now Facebook wants much more creative diversity. So while before you could run an ad, one body, 3 different hooks, same call to action, and just, that could scale you to a certain point if the ad was well done, now it's much harder to scale like that. You need more creatives. So Meta is suggesting between 15 and 50 new creatives per week or month, something like that. Well, you need a big variety of creative diversity, because what Meta's algorithm and AI now does is it takes your ads, it analyzes each of them in literally milliseconds, and then targets a different persona or a different user in the that is on Facebook. So if you have an ad that is using specific copy and specific words, Meta is going to target people that will relate with those words. If your ad is saying something different, we'll only target people who relate with those words. So that's why now, one ad won't cut it for all the audiences. You need many ads, and they're speaking to different personas. And so, what better way to learn how to do this by, if not observing someone like Iman? Because the secret is that if you want to see really how this ad diversity works, you need to spend a lot of money. I tried testing it myself, spending just a few $100s a day. That ain't cutting it. Meta doesn't have enough spend to actually do what it is designed to do. So we need to look at the big guys. We need to look at the big dogs. What are they doing? How are they structuring their campaign when they're spending thousands of dollars per day, if not tens of thousands of dollars per day on these campaigns, okay? So that's really why I wanted to do this. So Meta, all of these campaigns might differ in angle, target persona, funnel stage, creative style, all this kind of stuff. That's what we're gonna get into, and why I was really why I did this, because I really wanted to understand how he is using creative diversity to run his ads and scale his campaigns. So let's get straight into it. Market research, okay? The boring stuff. So first of all, we need to understand what offer is running. So it's called the Make Money Online Challenge 2.0. It's a 3-day challenge where participants are guided step by step to launch their first AI-powered faceless digital product. This is sort of his unique mechanism that can generate daily income from home. His big promise is to help them build a $373 a day business live, which is a 10K a month business, basically. He just words it differently. He uses specificity. If you don't know anything about copywriting, it's the first video you ever watch about all of these. I recommend watching other videos on my channel. Even old ones are good. And just understand the basics of copywriting, specificity, the emotions, all that kind of stuff. Those are really basics that I won't really get into today. We'll just go a little bit over an overview, okay? Now, core benefits of this thing, of this sort of challenge. Why would people want it? What's in it for them? So financial, time and location freedom without needing an audience expertise or startup capital. So that is sort of what makes him also unique, what makes his alternative unique. Now, what are the alternative solutions that people are exposed to on a daily basis? If we want to do market research, we need to understand, okay, what are these people that I'm targeting with my ads, what are they being exposed to? This is what Iman's copywriter thought before. Okay, they're being exposed to dropshipping, they're being exposed to Amazon FBA, or they have been exposed to trading and crypto, traditional digital products, personal branding, the influencer route, so creating your own YouTube channel and selling digital products, whatever. Okay, so this is what all these people have been exposed to. But if we're trying to sell something, we need to make these things come across as outdated and not working. So he's basically finding reasons why these don't work. Two-sided rated, low margins, large upfront capital, high risk, requires authority, years, whatever. And then he adds some differentiators in his offer. So what makes his challenge, his offer, whatever he's doing, different? So AI is the mechanism. So AI is pretty new, okay? We can just say whatever we want, but AI is relatively new in the market. A lot of people just put AI in anything they say, so it's kind of losing its power as a word. Sophistication is getting higher, but it's still relatively new. Let's be honest, it's just a couple years compared to dropshipping, okay? Now, why AI in this case is the mechanism? It removes the barrier. So he's saying with AI, you don't need expertise, you don't need an audience, you don't need large capital. AI will do 90% of the job for you. And people like things that are easy, people like things that are effortless and fast, and what better way than saying AI will do that for you. Now, faceless model, many people are uncomfortable. It's hard to show yourself on camera. It's hard, I know it. I'm in camera right now. And before doing this, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to record this video, whatever. So it's hard to be on, it's uncomfortable. And we live in a world where people want to go always towards the easiest thing for them. And it's easier not to be on camera than to be on camera. And so again, emotion of easy. He's saying that this model is faceless. You don't even have to struggle recording these videos, growing your audience, none of that. Speed, okay? People want things that are fast. Making $1 million is worse than making $1 million overnight. Overnight is better. People want things that are fast. So he is saying that in 2 to 3 days they can build a product, a digital product online with AI and sell it. Accessibility, low cost, low risk, that kind of stuff. And then he has some social proof that he can actually show, and that will differentiate him from whoever is running something about AI. Finally, the event framing, so the fact that it's live, the fact that it's something together, that you have step-by-step guidance and that kind of stuff, it just makes it come across as different. Okay, different is important. Different is just like new. Now, risk reversal. Every good offer like this one has a risk reversal. So the challenge is free, so there is no risk. The risk is your time. But what we really need to focus on is the VIP upsell, because I'm going to go into the funnel stages in a second, but what he's doing is, actually I'll get into it now. So Iman's goal is to make his money back on the ad spent via the VSL upsell. So the ads basically pay for themselves, and everything that he makes on the offer he'll propose at the end of the life challenge will be pure profit. So he's running ads, sending to these people sign up, then he has a VSL trying to upsell them to a VIP package that is $97. So he's trying with that $97 to make his money back on whatever he spent on ad spend. That way, anything he makes on the challenge with his program or offer, and like while I'm recording this, he hasn't even posted it about it. Like he hasn't even got to the third day of the challenge, so we don't know what that is. But that is his goal. His goal is to make money with that. Whatever it is, it's probably connected with WAP, whatever. So it's ad, landing page with the opt-in, and the VIP upsell page. But back to these needs to be backed up with a risk reversal. Otherwise, people won't take action. Or, it's just better with a risk reversal, because some people need to have a guarantee in order to take action. And so what it's doing is he's giving them a 7-day refund guarantee. So if they don't feel like whatever the VIP package has, the bonuses are worth $97, he's giving them their money back. And he's basically framing all this thing as it's a bigger risk not to act than to actually do something, because if you don't do anything, bad thing will happen, fear that you have will happen. Now, copy angles, we're gonna, look at most of them now. There's so many ads to look through. We're gonna look at some of them now, but there's us versus them, founder story, objection handling, fear and FOMO, social proof ad, logic framework ad, scarcity urgency ad, incentive ad for the VIP, exclusivity ad, risk reversal ad. These are the 10 main types of ads. We'll get into them now in a second. Okay, so this is sort of the overview market research, like the offer and angle. I wanted to get very clear on what is he offering, because this is what the copywriter or whoever wrote these ads had to have before getting into it. Now, who is he targeting? Very important. The ideal client profile. I have a general ideal client profile, but then I also created the personas, because we know that Facebook now, Meta, likes to target personas specifically. So we need to understand who are these different personas, because then we can add creative diversity with these different personas, targeting a different persona on each ad. So let's get straight into it. Ideal client profile, general. It's usually a guy between 18 and 35. Most likely it's someone like us. It's in our age. I don't know how old you are, but it's someone like me. It's in my age range. So 18 to 35. Primarily it's males, but not exclusive. Global, low to mid-level income. So the general target audience are people who already have a 9-to-5 or are already making some money, and so $20,000 to $70,000 a year. That is who we would like. The ideal person that joins his stuff is that, because that way they can pay. Now, I know there's a lot of Indians and people who cannot pay anything maybe, and I'm not going to say Indians to say they're the only people who cannot pay, but most of them won't be able to afford this program. So that's not who his ICP is. His ICP is someone who's making $270K a year. Now, occupation, these people are usually students, employees, medium jobs in a high school, college, or early career. Identity, what roles do these people want to play in life? They want to be seen as independent, successful, and free, financially and geographically. They don't want to work for themselves. They want to work for themselves. They don't want to work for other people. And that gives them that, entrepreneur identity. And they want to embody the role of a modern digital entrepreneur. Now, market segments or personas. These are in order of size. So what are the main personas that will be called out in these ads? Now, how did I even come up with this? Well, I took all the ads, I transcribed all the ads, and then using myself, what I know plus ChatGPT, I managed to come up with the actual personas that he is targeting. So Young hustler, he's the first type of person he's targeting, 18 to 25, wants to make his first breakthrough, avoiding the traditional plans. He knows, whatever, college ain't cutting it, young hustler. He needs to start working hard and, escape the rat race, whatever. But who needs to escape the rat race even more are these 9 to 5 escapees. So this is the second persona that he's targeting. Feels trapped in the corporate grind, wants to replace their income with something online, and then we have the late boomers or the skeptics. So they basically already they already saw people making money with dropshipping. They already saw people making money with Amazon FBA. They already saw some of their peers making money and being rich now at 30-something years old with whatever else they're doing, and they still haven't done shit online. And so now they are thinking like, oh, with this AI, maybe I could get into it. I don't want to miss this again because my friends made so much money with dropshipping in 2017, 2016, whatever, okay? Now, what are these beliefs of these people? We go into the desires. We go into what their motivators are. We go into their problems. We go into their pain points, predispositions. I don't have enough money. I'm not tech savvy. Now, I won't get too much into it because what matters even more than this are the personas. So these is actually more in-depth for each of them. So these is fully tailored to the young hustler. So young hustler, 18 to 25, mostly male. Their income is low because young hustlers usually don't have much money. They're students or whatever. So 0 to 30K a year, but they usually also have like their parents' help in case they want to buy something. Education, so either high school, college, or recent dropout. What roles do they want to play in society and in life overall? So they want to escape. I'm not just another broke student. I'm the guy with the Lamborghini who dropped out of school. They see themselves, and I can really relate to this because, as I said, it's like still in my age range, and I also am sort of in that category of people trying to make it out of the trenches. Oh, not really like, I wouldn't say like that. It's more like, I'm trying to do something different. I am a young hustler online, trying to be an online entrepreneur and whatever. So I understand exactly. I was there at the beginning of my journey when I was signing up to Iman Gadzhi stuff, and I know how they feel and what they think. So I can really relate to this. So they once projected an identity of a young online entrepreneur ahead of the curve. They want respect and recognition. When, at the end of the day, when you post on Instagram that you're driving whatever car or you're in whatever place, you're looking for that lifestyle, for that recognition. And young hustlers usually envy those who have it. So they want to have it as well. And so that's sort of what they want to see in their identity. Now, beliefs, they don't believe that they believe that the traditional paths, so college and jobs are a trap. They believe online businesses are the way forward. Everything is moving online. They've already heard of dropshipping, Amazon FBA, but they still think they're saturated. They want quick financial wins, whatever. So there's a lot here. There's a lot, guys. I cannot read every single word I wrote because otherwise we're going to be here for 2 hours. But what I can do is give you a quick run through. You can stop if you want to look at it. So predisposition and objections. This might be another scam. Keywords that they like, so escape the 9 to 5, faceless, AI business, make money online, quit school, financial freedom. These are things that they care about. They, whenever they hear them, they're like, oh. So how are they feeling right now? They're feeling stuck between school and job and big dreams. They're excited by online potentials. They spend so many hours on TikTok and YouTube watching other guys making it, and they simultaneously confident and insecure about their future. Now, so they need some reassurance. They need something that works, something that's proven. Now, what does this market segment really want? They want to make a few $1,000s online. They want to create a path that lets them scale the traditional education job route. They want to be recognized as successful early in life. So they want to be, not only they have the Lamborghini, but hey, I bought a Lamborghini at 20 years old. That is what they want. So what have they tried in the past? So they looked into maybe some YouTube side hustles, so dropshipping, SMA, trading. Many people have done that. I've done that as well. They might have bought a course already in the past, and they tried maybe freelancing. Maybe they tried freelance copywriting, perhaps, okay? Now, what are things that they're exposed to on a daily basis? TikTok and YouTube gurus, peers flexing their wins, social media, glorifying this getting rich young and work hard and whatever, and parents and teachers telling them that it's unrealistic. I was there as well. So this is just one of them. Then we have the same for the 9 to 5 escapee. I'm gonna go through it quickly, then you can stop it if you wanna read it, okay? So I'm not gonna go into all of it because it's too much stuff. Same with the 30-year-old plus. Skeptic, but what you should see is that each of them is different. So for example, the 30-year-old one is making 40 to 100K a year, and his believes his goals and everything is completely different. Like, they don't want to be the 20-year-old with a Lambo. They're like a family man who wants security and more time with loved ones. Like, you see how an ad can completely shift its meaning and everything just based on the different persona you're targeting. So that's what Meta is really doing. It's saying, hey, like this ad, I'm not gonna, instead of sending it to your general ICP, I'm gonna send it to this specific person because I think this is the person that will convert better for you. So when you have multiple ads, I have the same ad but rewritten in different ways. One for young hustlers, one for 9-to-5 escapees, one for 30-year-old plus skeptics. Well, now Meta can actually go out and convert better each of them, and your cost per call gets lower and it's more scalable, or cost per lead, whatever. So this is really what Meta is trying to do, and what we're looking at here are 3 different types of personas that Iman is targeting with his campaign, and some ads are specifically for someone, other ads are specifically for someone else. Now, let's get into the awareness, and I'm going to go through this one as well, so that you can stop and read it if you really want to, which you can do, and I definitely recommend doing. Now, awareness. Okay, awareness is important. We need to understand at what stage of awareness is the market. If you don't know what it is, I have another video that talks about ad scripts more in depth, like how I create the ad scripts, and it really goes more in depth about awareness and sophistication. But basically, how aware is the market of this offer or solution, of this mechanism? In this case, it's like about this whole AI faceless thing. So, we have different stages. There's the least aware, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Now, what is the stage? Stage is 3 to 4. So some people are in 3, some people are in 4. So 3 because they know they want to make money online, but they don't know that this exact product is the solution. Now, because faceless digital products is a new mechanism, sort of. Well, we are in stage 3. People don't know this new mechanism, but at the same time, we're also in stage 4 because they are aware of online business models, of other business models. They're just not convinced which one is the best. So this, at the end of the day, it comes across as stage 3 because it will hook people in stage 3 because it's a new mechanism that nobody has ever heard of, sort of. It's pretty new. But at the end of the day, it will be categorized as online business, and the awareness in that market specifically, in that category, is 4. Because people are already aware of online business. Like, online business is not a new thing. It's been around for like 10, 20, 30, 20 years. And so they already know that it's a thing. They're just wondering which one is the best. So when they're there, they're in stage number 4. Now, sophistication. Sophistication is how many times has the market heard of similar offers and claims. So with Iman Gadzhi, I have to say I'm still surprised he sells, because I've been around now, I'm checking out this stuff, and I was speaking about this with one of my friends, and it's like, man, like I remember him running a very similar thing 3 years ago, and like, how is he still making money? I guess the market is just expanding and new people turn 18 every year. And so more people, he has unlimited market share, I guess. Every year, new people. But it's like, he just keeps on doing the same thing. So like me, I'm very sophisticated. I'll be honest, guys. Like, I'm not going to sign up for his stuff. I'm just very sophisticated. I've seen him doing this for 5 years. I'd much rather look at what he's doing compared to what he's saying and selling. Okay? But I was there as well. The point is, right now I'm in that stage of sophistication where I don't even look at his ads. I don't even care what he says. That's not for me. But, that's not the market he's targeting. What's sophistication? Like, you notice here I have the emoji of someone yawning. So, someone who's tired of listening to this stuff. That's how sophisticated someone is. When someone is like, Iman Gadzhi saying something, oh, this is the way to make money online 2025, skip, I don't really care. Annoyed, already heard that so many times, whatever. So that's me right now. But what stage is the funnel at? That is what stage is the market at? The market that B is targeting, because that's really what we care about. Because those ads are not really going to go to me; they're mostly going to go to those type of people. So let's see. Stage is 3, going into 4. So prospects have heard all the claims from dropshipping, FBA, trading, and personal brand content in the past. They are tired of overhyped promises, and Iman is introducing a new mechanism. Now, every time you introduce a new mechanism, you're in stage number 3. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're Iman and you've already done this 10 times. It's still something new, and people are intrigued for something new. And yeah, so you're always going to be around stage number 3, AI-powered, faceless digital products. Like, I'm not sophisticated towards that. Actually, I'm pretty interested in that. I'm sophisticated towards Iman himself. But overall, the concept is new. It's pretty new. And like, I have no sophistication towards AI faceless digital products. I am in that stage, number 3. He's not the first one in the market, but he is also, yeah, that's why he's in stage number 3. Now, stage number 4, now since AI has been hyped up for a while, people have already heard of it. So the sophistication towards AI, because there's so many people, saying whatever about AI and saying the most outrageous claims, the sophistication is pretty high in that sort of market. But Iman enlarges the mechanism. So whenever you take something and say, all right, AI can make you $10,000 a month, now Iman is saying AI can make you over $10,000 a month and doing 90% of the work for you, and you don't even have to show your face, and you don't even have to do this, and you don't even have to do that. That is because he's taking something that was in stage 3 and he's trying to push it to stage number 4. It's when you're trying to win those people who have already heard about it, and now you're getting them to the next level. That's where sophistication number 4 comes in. So we are in a 3 to 4. Some people are 3, some people are 4. If we go maybe to the young hustler, he's probably in stage number 3. Or 4, it really depends on the person. Like, I would say the young hustler is in stage number 3 to 4 because, it's like, I would say number 4 mainly because they've already heard about AI so much. A 40-year-old guy has heard about AI but has never really looked into it. I would say they're more in stage number 3, where they've heard claims from different type of business models and now hear AI for one of the first times. So I would say young hustlers, more stage 4, 30 plus skeptics, more stage 3, but it really depends per person. That said, that's great. We have a good background check on exactly how this market works, the offer, we understand everything. Now we're ready to go look at some ads, and the amount of ads is just insane. So funnel stages, as I said, this is how the funnel is structured, and I divided it in top of funnel because this is something that Meta now does automatically. So whenever you give it an ad, you need to give them the diversity of ads that also tap into people at a different stage of the funnel. If you have 10 ads, you want to have maybe 6 that go to top of funnel, 3 bottom of funnel, 3 middle of funnel, and 1 bottom of funnel, or 5, 3, 2. But definitely biggest focus on the top of funnel to get more people in, discover more people. A funnel is like this. You cannot have one ad here. Like, it's not like this. It's like this. So 10 ads, 5 ads, 2 ads, or 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 1, whatever. But as you're going to see here, we have so many more top of funnel ads, then we have middle of funnel ads, then we have bottom of funnel ads. So that makes sense. The funnel is made like this. And so Iman is doing that perfectly. He understands that most of the creative weight and ad spend needs to go in the top of funnel to get people in, to get people to understand, get them aware of this challenge online, and then convert them down in the other section of the funnel. So top of funnel ads, we're going to go look at a couple of these each. Now, I will say I can give you all this doc. I've put it down here. I actually started my WOP shop. So I don't know, I'm testing stuff out if you want it. It's behind a paywall of a few bucks. So if you want all of these, I think it will be very beneficial. I'm not trying to sell it to you. Look, each of these ads is broken down: awareness, sophistication, who is it speaking to, and diversity category, this type of ads. I've actually taken the ad. This is something that you're never going to see, because now what's the problem with this is, like, all of these ads that he was running, you're never going to be able to see them again because it shut them off, because it's not running this campaign again. But if you're like me, you actually were on the ad library and you actually downloaded them, and now you actually have access to these ads and you can always go back and study them.
Man, that actually sounds backwards.
Look at that.
Why would not having an audience be an advantage?
Yeah, bro, that's the thing. If I had to start from scratch today, I wouldn't chase fame. I wouldn't build an audience.
Whatever he's saying. But the point is, I have, for each of these, I have actually the actual ad, the video ad in there, so you can watch each ad diversity category, personas, so you can have this wipe file and study it over and over and over again. And I'll get into how you can benefit the most from this later. I have at the beginning here how to study and benefit from this wipe file. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It took me a lot of time, so I decided to put it behind a little paywall of a few bucks. So if you want it, you can find it down here. But let's get straight into it. I'm gonna break down a few ads from the top of funnel, a few ads from the middle of funnel, a few ads from the bottom of funnel, and then a few ads from the VIP stuff, okay? So, top of funnel. Let's go with a simple ad, okay? So this is also for people who are not so aware of him specifically. Notice how he's introducing himself, although he has 2.5 million followers, and most of his ads are gonna go to a warm audience. He's introducing himself. So this is designed to also take people who are not familiar with who he is. And that could be the 30 to 40-year-old skeptic, okay? And let's look at what he says. Okay, so the style of ad is a head talking ad. So he's just head talking in the studio.
I'm looking for individuals who are 21 to...
Okay, so he starts with, I'm looking for individuals who are 21 to 25 and have a burning desire to break free from traditional systems and claim ownership of their money, time, and geographical freedom. Now, we know that money, time, and geographical freedom are really big pain points for, or not pain points, desires for the young hustler. The young hustler really wants this. He wants it badly. He wants to be this online entrepreneur. Also, he's literally calling out 21 to 25. So we already know he's speaking only to the young hustlers out there. The angle he's using is escaping the system, which is already one of the beliefs, pre-beliefs that these people already have, that this system won't get you to wherever you want to go. So he's tapping into something that they're already believing, and he's saying that he's introducing this new mechanism, so AI-powered digital products, positioning AI as the shortcut to financial, to whatever the dreams are. Awareness, we're in stage 3. So the audience knows they want to escape their situation, but they don't know exactly about AI faces products. So in this ad, as you're gonna see, he's introducing himself and the mechanism. So they cannot be too aware. And sophistication, stage 3. So these guys are not too into AI, because otherwise Iman would have said, oh, this is so much better than the other AI tools. No, he doesn't say that. He just introduced it as a better mechanism than Amazon FBA dropshipping trading. Let's read the ad so that you understand. Actually, yeah, let's read it instead of watching it. So I'm looking for individuals, whatever. I'm looking for the rare kind of people. People want to feel rare, want to feel unique. So this can work. Who wants to stop being a prisoner of the circumstances other people have imposed on you. The job on which you work hard and doesn't pay you enough. This is also speaking a little bit to the 9-to-5ers, but it's mainly young hustlers because of the age. There's going to be some of these guys who also work 9 to 5. You know, personas sometimes just intricate with each other. But it's mainly young hustlers who maybe also work 9 to 5, you know. The time you don't have to enjoy. I know that if you're watching this video, you probably fit the description of the kind of person described above. Not perfect copy, but what I noticed in these ads is that Iman really sometimes just goes with the flow. He doesn't really worry about what he says too much. Also because he has 2.5 million followers, to be fair. So, you know, it's not perfect copy, but the emotions are there. I always say that it's not really about what you say, it's the emotions that what you say, you know, evokes in the reader, in the listener, in the person who watches the ad. And he's doing that, regardless of what he says. Like, this sentence is not perfect. You probably fit the description of the kind of person I described above. Description, described, it's not perfect, but it works because the emotions are there. And then you have a burning desire to change your life around and provide for your loved ones and enjoy the benefits of real freedom. The kind of freedom that, you know, that's what they want, their innermost desire right now. The kind of freedom that allows you to do what you want, where you want, when you want. Again, it's just rephrasing it, putting it out there. This is what you want, this is what you want, I understand you, this is what you want, this is what you want. And that's actually what they want. So introducing himself. My name is Iman Gadzhi, and for the last 10 years, so a little bit of authority, 10 years is a lot of time, especially for someone who's maybe 20 years old, they're like 10 years, that's crazy. I've dedicated my life to achieving these, and after failing many times, more times than I can count, I did. So he's coming across as an authority right now, building some authority right there. And I now get to live live my dream life and enjoy the perks of financial, geographical, and time freedom. I built most of my wealth selling digital products online, and to be honest, it was not as easy to do back then. Now, with the advance of AI, so these people have already been introduced to selling digital products online. For example, his previous challenge was about that, and so people already know, like already last year I was talking about something like that. So people are already more sophisticated when it comes to selling products online, like being a creator, selling a course. They're already sophisticated and more aware of that. but they're not so much of doing it with AI. You can literally create digital products in a few days, even if you don't have any experience. So easy, easy, easy. Everybody can do it, easy. And that's exactly what I'll show you from September 28th to 30th. He introduces this new thing, his challenge. They don't know about it yet. He introduces it, it's new. During the Make Money Online Challenge, during these 3 live sessions, we're gonna get into getting your first digital product ready to sell using AI, so you can finally have an online business to provide the financial location and time freedom you've always dreamed of, and it's 100% free. Now these, as someone who fits the description of the young hustler, so he's been exposed to TikTok, YouTube gurus, he already tried different side hustles, and his goal really, his desired outcome, the mass desire of this segment is to be recognized as successful, escape the system, and make a few $1,000s online. You know, this really is on point. Also, perfectly on point with what their situation is. He's saying you don't have enough time, the boss, that whatever, and you know, some of them are stuck between school and jobs, so that speaks to them. They're insecure about their future, but they know what they want. They're always on TikTok, so they have this constant, you know, they've been constantly exposed to this stuff. The words that he's using, so quitting school of jobs, making money online in 3 days, faceless, AI business, all of these are things that triggers this type of audience. But let's keep going. So that's exactly what I'll show you from September 28th to 30th. So you can finally have an online business to provide financial location freedom, and it's 100% free. You just need to click below, sign up, it's free. You have a phone. If you have a phone, a meal on the table, and an internet connection, you're already a few steps ahead of me when I started. Now this is huge, because it makes them feel like I did it, you can do it too. Easy, anybody can do it. Now I always say this to any person who always gets into copywriting or writing ads, anything that has to do with selling online. If you don't know about the emotions that the copy is giving, you are far behind, my friend. You need to know that stuff. So I'm not the inventor of any of this shit. NESB, new, easy, safe, and big, and they're alter egos. Everybody can do it, and so on. You need to get onto that. You need to get on it, on it, on it. It's just read this book. It's from Kyle Milligan, Take Their Money. It's called Take Their Money. The first book I ever read about copywriting, and it made sense. It's easy. It's easy. Anybody can do it. It's easy. So if maybe you already read it again, because it really will help you to understand why he's using and why he's saying certain things, because I pick it up immediately. If you have a phone, a meal on the table, and internet connection, you're already a few steps ahead of me when I started. What does this say? It's easy, anybody can do it. And all of us have insecurities. So, it's easy, anybody can do it. I'm gonna sign up. It's great. Anybody can do it. Iman did it. He didn't even have a meal on the table, apparently. They didn't know about that, but didn't even have a meal on the table, and he did it. So I can do it too, okay? So yeah, just click below, whatever. Ad number 1. Guys, there's so many, and I broke down all of them. Again, you can find them down here, but let's get into a couple more. So this is more for the 30+ skeptics and the 9-to-5 escapees. So it's not really speaking to the young hustlers here. It's podcast style, so I'm gonna get into the ad real quick.
Do you think people would recognize the next big online opportunity and slap them in the face?
Yeah, so that's what's so wild about this. Everyone says that they would recognize the generational opportunity if it presented themselves, but history says otherwise. I think it's called pattern blindness. Basically, it's where your brain filters out big opportunities because it doesn't look like things that they're used to. You know, let's take Bitcoin back in 2013. Most people would have just, labeled it BS, or Amazon FBA in 2014. Or dropshipping in 2015. People just ignored these even though it was right in front of their face. But the ones who moved early, they're set for life, quite frankly. Same opportunity, totally different reaction. And that reaction, that's the trap. And that's the shame. When something different shows up, something that breaks the old rules, it just gets totally dismissed. And right now, there's a new pattern forming. Everyday people are using AI to create non-expert digital products. No audience, no face, no years of experience. We have people making $8K a month selling digital products on Fortnite. Someone is making life-changing money selling digital products on woodworking with 0 brand and 0 organic content. And the engine behind all of this is AI, because it does 90% of the heavy lifting for you. So yeah, maybe in the past you might have felt late to the party. What if this is the wave and you just hadn't looked at it from the right angle yet?
The Make Money Online Challenge 2.0 begins on September 28th
at 1 p.m. EST. Just because you registered doesn't mean you'll get results. Creating a non-expert digital product is
Just because you registered doesn't mean you're gonna get results. Bro doesn't want to get sued. Respect that. But having access to also all of these video ads will allow you to understand how an ad has to be directed. Because as I said in my previous video, if you have not watched the previous video, the last video before this was how I quit copywriting and started my own agency. And one of the main things was that I realized was I wasn't just a copywriter. I was an ad creator. I was directing these ads. I was coming up with idea. I was giving tips to the editor. I was reviewing the edits. So you need to understand what's working, and having access to however many they are, ads that actually work from one of the best guys in the industry, well, that allows you to get a much better eye for what works and how to create a high-performing ad. But we watched the ad together, basically. At the end, it just has, it's promo, so whatever, click now, just like Amazon FBA dropshipping window, the window closed and left. Everybody's watching others make money from the sidelines. It will happen again if you don't take action. Just giving them a little bit of a push. But clearly, this ad took a very long angle to get into his promotion. What does that tell us? That he's not going after people who are too aware about AI. Okay, he's going after also people who are not so aware about what he does and everything. It's more like these people are very aware that there's these waves and there's drop shipping and there's been this stuff, so they are very into this, but he took a very long angle before getting into the pitch, before getting into what he's doing. And I really like the fact that he's doing a podcast ad. That is great creative diversity for his campaign. So the category, which is one of, for example, that we had at the beginning, is us versus them. So what we do versus the other stuff, like what we have against all the other opportunities. So Bitcoin, Amazon FBA, dropshipping, etc., against the new thing. So how these compare. 30 plus skeptic. Why? Because you resonate strongly with those who regret missing earlier waves. Realize these people are maybe 40 years old. Some of their peers, their age, maybe even younger, are making millions online while they're doing whatever they're doing. They're feeling like they're missing out. They have some FOMO in them, naturally. They want more. Because maybe they're 40 and they still don't have a Ferrari, but when they were 20, they thought, would they have a Ferrari at 40? And now, fuck, it's fucking late, man. And so now these guys are gonna be, whenever you say, oh, you missed out this opportunity, these guys are like, yep, I missed out that opportunity, yep, I missed out that opportunity, yep, definitely missed that one. And so now they're gonna be more excited to get into something new. They want to know what the new thing is. What is the new thing, Iman? What is the new thing? Well, that's what he's gonna give them. He has a, pretty unique mechanism, angle, the pattern blindness. So when you say something that people don't understand what it is, I always call that a unique mechanism already. So when I say, oh yeah, when I told you at the beginning, Meta Andromeda, if you've never heard about it, that's unique to you. So then I get into explaining how it works, but you're hooked. This guy said pattern blindness. And people are like, pattern blindness, what is that? Boom, I'm gonna watch it. And if they watch it, that's the goal. The goal is always to get them to watch another second, get them to listen to another sentence. One sentence leads into the other. So pattern blindness is an open loop, a unique mechanism that he managed to introduce to get them to keep watching. And it makes sense. He also needs to make some rational sense, and pattern blindness is something that makes sense. So we went to the awareness. So why is it stage number 4? Why? Because the audience knows AI exists and that opportunities come in waves, but they're not convinced that this specific wave is real. So they're very well aware of this whole thing. They're just not so aware that, they're not so convinced that this is the only way. When they need to decide which one is the best, that's when they're in awareness stage number 4. Sophistication, what he's doing here is he is enlarging the mechanism. So he's not just saying that AI helps. That's something you would say to someone who's just now been exposed to AI, saying, hey, with AI you can make money online. No, he's enlarging it, saying, hey, with AI he does 90% of the job for you. Bro, 90% of the job. So it's enlarging what the mechanism, which is AI. The mechanism of how everything, we had it in the main market research. The mechanism, where was it? AI is the mechanism. It removes the barrier. No expertise, no audience, no large capital. AI is clearly the mechanism of this entire offer. So that's what he's stepping into. Where were we? I don't even know what ad we were looking at, to be honest. There's so many. But yeah, I think you got the idea. Now let's move into some more middle of funnel. So at this stage, people know who Iman is and are interested in the challenge, but they're still deciding whether to sign up. And at this stage, the ads should kill objections, show social proof, and reinforce the claim made in the top of funnel ads. So, as we're gonna see, we have some head talking driving ads. These ads are shorter. You're gonna notice these ads are shorter. You don't need to do so much talking. Let me tell you, you don't need to do so much talking here. You definitely need to do much more talking in the top of funnel. So, ad number 16 is the most complete ad he is running, and it's pretty long. Look at that. That's an ad, it's like a mini VSL. So it's a very interesting ad to have and to watch. I'm not gonna watch all of it. But this steps into all of the three audiences. You know, it's an ad that is meant to scale.
Amazon and FBA drop
It's an ad that's meant to get a lot of people in at the top of funnel level.
real estate.
And I'll tell you what, it's also the ad that has been running the most. So this ad has been running since September 6th. So this was the oldest ad he was running in the campaign, and there's a reason for it. You know, it's the most top of funnel ad that he has, and it's 4 minutes long, so it also explains a lot, and it's good to have running.
I get it. You are being bombarded every day with different business models. In this video, I'm going to show you how to identify what's the best one for you if you're just starting out. Look, every real opportunity.
Like it takes a it doesn't say, in this video, I'm gonna show you how my 3-day challenge will help you. No, it's like, what online business could you do? You know, that's a very unaware person who doesn't know, top of funnel, not unaware. He's aware of everything, like the mechanisms and everything. He's just not aware of the money-making online challenge, whatever he's running. So that's why it needs to take a very broad circle before getting into it. It needs to make sense, okay? But middle of funnel, we were looking at middle of funnel, so head talking, ad, driving. Here is doing this challenge framing, so it's a pretty unique hooks that I like, and you know, there's always things that you can learn from these people. I really liked some of these hooks. So I want to challenge you to build the $8,333,000 a month online business with me, 100% live over the space of 3 days. So I want to challenge you to, like, let's look at the emotions. I want to challenge you to build a $8,333 a day. Specificity, ultra specificity, huge thing in copywriting. With me means safe, because you're doing it with me. You're not doing it alone. You're doing it with me, with Iman Gadzhi. I'm this person, I've made millions. Safe, predictable, predictable. Live makes it look easy, I would say. Simple, I don't know. The fact that it's live makes feel people reassured, because live also means that it's new, first of all, because most people have it pre-recorded. So saying live makes it come across as new, and also something that they have to do now. Over the space of 3 days, fast, fast, fast. Now, when you read this line, did you pick up all of these emotions? No? Well, this is why this hook is working. This is why he has 2 variations of this hook. This is why this hook is working, because it has 4 emotions. 4 emotions, very important. Big, because it's $8,300, for them it's a lot. So it's also the emotion of big. New, easy, safe, big. This is a different hook variation. No experience needed, easy. You don't need to show your face, easy. All you need is an internet connection, and that's it. Anybody can do it. Like, what are we talking about here? Good copy, good stuff, good stuff. And honestly, even just a phone could work. Easy. Anybody can do it. Anybody has a phone. Anybody who's watching this ad has a phone. And what's crazy is that they do this 3-day challenge. The people who apply what I teach and have success with it, I'm actually giving away $350,000 in prizes, including a Patek Philippe, 4 Rolexes. These taps into their sort of status, like, you know, that's what they want, that's what they see online. They see these entrepreneurs having these online these watches and flexing their rollies. That's what they want, that's what they want. And so this is big, this taps into what they want. So click below to join the WhatsApp group. I'll see you on the first day of the 3-day live challenge. Very short ad, but let's look at the awareness. So, stage 4. So they already know about the challenge at this point. They're not at the top of the funnel. At the top of the funnel, they discovered about either Iman and his challenge. Either only Iman or Iman and the challenge. Sorry, either both Iman and the challenge, if they had never heard about Iman, which is weird in this space, or they just know Iman already and now they're being exposed to the challenge. Once they know about the challenge, they're going into middle of funnel. Middle of funnel. And they might get targeted by another top of funnel ad, but it's mainly now middle of funnel. So these prospects already know about Iman's challenge, that is a solution. It's a possible solution to their problem. It could potentially get them to where they want to go, but they still need to be convinced. You know, this is the definition of middle of funnel: convincing people with proof, incentives, different angles, stuff like that. In sophistication, we have stage number 4, so it enlarges the mechanism. It's not just AI, but it's AI and a 3-day challenge with accountability, step-by-step, and high-value prices. So, enlarges the mechanism, stage 4. Let's look at another one. I want to go into the social proof one. Here it is. No. Here it is. So, here, social proof. There's another one. Here it is. This is the perfect social proof ad, success story. So he's only running ad 1, which is I'm surprised of, because it really does it. It really taps on into one person. I would have liked him, to be honest, on a marketing perspective, but I guess that's also the smallest audience, to have these ad saying, look at this guy, he's 40 years old and he made this much last month with AI products. Because I feel like a lot of young guys are like, okay, this guy is 19 and he's making 200K a month. Well, this guy must be smart. But if a young kid like us, or like me, for example, I'm 20 now, I see someone who's 40 years old making stuff happen with AI, I'm like, if he's doing, anybody can do it. I can do it. While if I see someone who's 19 and makes great stuff with AI, I feel like, damn, this guy is smart. I see someone who's 40 doing great stuff with AI, I'm like, damn, then I can do it as well. So I think Iman could have also had, you know, he could have also leveraged an ad like that, but maybe he doesn't have that social proof. So either way, social proof, these ads are very important to convert people in the middle of funnel. And so what are these personas that we're targeting? Young hustler, mainly because it's the story of a 19-year-old, and also 9-to-5 escapee, because they feel like, the same way we young guys, we feel like, oh, if they're old and they're doing it, oh, then anybody can do it. Old ads feel like, oh, if they're young and they're doing it, then anybody can do it. So it's kind of the opposite. And so also old guys like this ad at the end of the day. Now, awareness, stage 4, the prospects know the challenge exists, but they need proof it works. Stage 4 will enlarge the mechanisms showing that it works. So the script is 19-year-old, 150K in 45 days, and retired is dead. You know, just full social proof, tapping into what people want. Let's watch the ad.
19 years old, 115K in 45 days, and retired his dad. Armando is just 19. In 45 days, he made 115K, retired his dad, and bought a McLaren. He was a student from our last event, and now I'm teaching that exact same system for free in a 3-day live event. By the end of it, you're gonna have your own $373 a day faceless online business ready to collect. And I'm giving away over 350K in prizes by the end of it. So click the button around this video to join the WhatsApp group, and I will see you at the free live challenge.
All right. So here's what he's doing. Easy ad, doesn't, you know, not crazy, just social proof, because it's going after people who already know about the challenge. So there would be no point in restarting, here's what the challenge does, this is what we're gonna do. No, you already know. They're already aware, they're already in the second part of the funnel, middle of funnel. You know, we're going down like this. Bottom of funnel, let's look at a couple ads. So what we got here is some scarcity ads. So I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna have to give your ticket away for the Make Money Online challenge. Now, clearly, these people are already aware about the Make Money Online challenge. You know, awareness, stage 5. The more down we go in the funnel, the more aware they are, clearly. So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give your ticket away for the Make Money Online challenge to someone else if you don't take action now. You see, during this challenge, I'm gonna do this, and that. It's like starting dropshipping 12 years ago when nobody was talking about this. The ones who start with this new business model will be pioneers of a new era in the online space, and ones who don't take action will watch from the sidelines and complain later when it's already too late. Just like it's too late to get into dropshipping today. Now it's up to you which side you want to be on, so it's giving them just a little push. So let me see what we can get from this. So the ad diversity category, scarcity, and us versus them. So he's giving a little bit of a threat of losing the ticket, and pioneers versus laggards. So he's making a good comparison against who do you want to be, like who, because why? Because these taps into their identity. The identity they want to be, like this is a very powerful sales technique. Like, you know, when you watch some of these sales guy, they saying, well, what do you think the person that you want to be would do right now? What do you think the guy, like your guy, yourself in 2 years, yourself, the successful version of yourself, what would that person tell you to do? They now shift to thinking in terms of that identity that they want to have, and now they can take action. Now they feel like they take action. So what he's doing is that identity shifting. Identity is very important. Understanding what people want to identify as is very important. And now here, he's doing an identity. Do you want to be the pioneer, or do you want to be the guy in the sideline? Who wants to be the guy in the sideline, let's be honest? But he's giving them a visual picture of it, okay? Now let's go into a picture ad. So this is very simple, last 2 days, very aware. These are obviously awareness stage number 5. They already know about this. It's just in 2 days it's over. And then we have another one, more interesting. So clock ticking, reserve your spot. This is like a story ad. Sophistication, again, stage is number 5 for awareness, sophistication 4. Let's go into some VIP upsell. Now what I did is also very interesting. I wrote down the entire script of the VSL. So I'm not gonna get into it because it's too long. If you get this doc, you're gonna get it. But it's just very interesting. Like the VSL is generally one of the best parts of this because, like, sure, sometimes the ads you can kind of half-ass them in terms of, you know, it doesn't really matter what you say, in what order. Sometimes, you know, with a bottom of funnel ad, it's not tough. You just gotta say, hey, 2 days left, join now or stay out forever. Like a bottom of funnel ad could literally be that long. But a VSL is always more intrigued. It always goes through some specific steps. I have other videos where I go through how to write a VSL, and this is a good VSL. I'll tell you that much. That is a good VSL. So hold up, do not close this page. Do you want to have an unfair advantage that will 10x your chances of getting results completely risk-free? Good line, good line. Plus all these bonuses. There's 2 ways to experience this event. The first way is how most people do. They grab the free ticket, whatever. The other way is how other people do, and so on. At last event, 441,000 people registered for the free ticket. Only 0.4 did these, and so they got these insane results. So it's always like a very logical steps when it comes to VSLs. Always very intriguing. I also have, if you join here, if you check it out, like if you get this document, I also have the page, which I would have to download to see. Well, you're going to be able to download it, and then you're going to have it. But this is the exact funnel. So if you're also into now copywriting and overall marketing, you need to know how to write a good funnel and how to create a good funnel. And it's always good to look at the funnels that he is running. Yeah, I remember when I was selling my coaching program, I just took his funnel and I just, you know, same design, did my own copy. But, you know, the designs that these guys are running, they work. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. Once you have these in the swipe file, you can just go back here anytime you have to run a challenge funnel, take his stuff. This upsell works. That paired with that VSL, and so that's what I did. You know, if you want to have access to this, it's down there. Now let's go into a couple of VIP ads. So this is just one of the images that he's used to upsell people. So get a chance to win a MacBook every session. 7 VIP sessions, 7 chances. Brand new MacBook on Win Daily. Every session has a winner. Tool of successful entrepreneur, over 10,000 in total prizes, only $97. Now this is what I call a product feature ad. If you look into Andromeda, you are going to have to look into also all the different types of ads that Meta recommends you to run for this. And one of them is product feature ads. So let's say you're doing an e-com, you run an ad where all you show is the features. So these are the features of the product. I'm running some ads for my agency, and some of them are product features. In my case, service feature. So, exclusive leads for niche, and then all the benefits. 100% exclusive, guaranteed to work, guaranteed ROI, 100% responsive. All of these are features, and then call to action. So that is a product feature ad. And this is, a very good example of it. We have this sort of story, IG stories type of ads, also very interesting. So these are good to have. Same thing with the bottom of funnel. This also was an IG story type of ad. Now let's look at a couple for the VIP. Let's look at, so this is a very short one. Okay, so for example, this one. You joined the Make Money Online challenge. Here's how confident I am in VIP. So these people are already clearly aware in VIP. They already registered to the free challenge and they now are considering whether investing in VIP or not. If you don't love it, keep everything and get your money back 7 days after the challenge ends. If you don't feel like VIP was worth every penny, just send us a message. You get every dollar back, no questions asked. I mean, at the end of the day, they're already very aware of all of this. They just need to be pushed off the fence. And, risk reversals, guarantees, bonuses are the way to do it. We all know it is. So you keep access to these 7 private VIP sessions forever, even if you send your money back. Everything, because I know these VIP sessions can do for someone who's serious about to make money, who's serious about the Make Money Online challenge. The 0.44% who upgraded to VIP last time, they weren't necessarily smarter or more talented. They just gave themselves permission to invest in their success during the challenge. The only question is, are you serious about winning the challenge or just curious about learning? So, tapping into a little bit of their ego, a bit of their identity, and that works. That works, guys. That works. So this is pretty much it. I wanted to show you a little bit how this all big campaign was, because it was a big campaign, guys. I mean, think about putting together all of these ads. Like, these are all unique ads. Each of these ads is different. So there's a lot of work.
You have less than 48 hours left to upgrade to VIP, get 7 extra training sessions, 7 MacBook giveaways, a mystery.
Whatever. There's a lot of work that went into this, and a lot of psychology and strategies behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Another 6 makes 16, another 16, 32 ads only here. Plus there's the hook, some of them have hook variations. Just look at this, this counts as 3 ads. So like almost 50 different types of 50 different ads in this campaign. And it's a lot of ads to put together, and there's a big strategy behind it. So it's good to have this full strategy as a swipe file and then go back to it. And now, how can you benefit from this swipe file if you ever decide to get it? As I said, it's down here. But if you decide to have it, like how, it doesn't matter if it's this swipe file, to be honest. If you have any swipe file, if you want to know and learn more about these ads, even if you build a swipe file like this yourself, I don't care how you create a swipe file, whatever you do. So you want to read all the ICP personas and then analyze each ad to see what type of personas each ad is speaking to and why those specific words have been used. So he's speaking to this persona. Now that I think like this persona, why did he use these words? Oh, because this is what this persona wants. This is what this persona wants. This is what this persona wants. And then you understand, you put the dots together. Then you want to break them down with the NASB emotions. So new, easy, safe, big. You want to handwrite the VIP VSL because it's pretty good, and also the best ads. So for example, the top of funnel ad number 16, the 4 minutes long one, that's a good ad. It's the one that's been running for the longest, so it also most likely performed well. Then fully understand why each ad is in the awareness and sophistication stage they are. You need to understand fully awareness and sophistication to run good ads. Because otherwise, you're gonna, for example, I did one rookie mistake recently I can tell you about. I was running ads for a local business and I thought the market was just, oh yeah, get this thing. Then I did my market research and I realized, no, actually the market is already a stage later. People are already enlarging this mechanism. So let's say, I'll make an example. The mechanism, let's say, was a specific type of paint for the wall. Well, people are already talking about how that paint is shit and are using a new one. And I was running ads about that paint that everybody was telling was shit. And that's because I was not understanding. I did not understand. I did not research. I was, my teachability index was not high. I was not willing to put the time to research. I thought I was better than everyone else. And what happened, I ran ads for a sophistication that was different, and my cost per lead was inflated as fuck because I was running ads to people that in the meantime were being exposed to other people saying that what I was selling was shit. So how can that work? That's why sophistication is so important. Then you want to upload these ads to ChatGPT or Claude and analyze patterns. So if you have all of these ads, you can literally copy, paste them, and say, hey, give me X amount of structures that Iman uses frequently in all of these ads. And I'm sure you can find at least 3 to 4 recurring structures that he's using in all of these ads that you can then tweak for whatever service. Other way, you can use them as inspiration for any type of copy, not just ads. You know, these ad scripts can also be emails. They can be anything you want in the money-making niche. So especially if you are interested in the money-making niche and you want to sell or run ads into this is very good. Now, I hope you got some value from this video. I understand it's a lot to go through, and that's also really the reason why I put it behind a little paywall, because it's so much stuff. It took me so much time. I learned so much, and I know you can learn a lot as well. So I went through only like 4 to 5 ads, but I hope you got some value from it. That's really my goal here, giving you some value. Any idea or anything else that you would like to see, leave them here in the comment. Always open to suggestions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.